Hey, I'm Melissa. I'm at Dragon Man's. One of my favorite places. If you haven't heard about us, come and check us out. We're 8 miles east of Colorado Springs in Colorado. We consist of firearm store, shooting ranges, dirt bike tracks, military museum, motorcycle rebuilding shop, and much, much more. We offer classes. We offer the new CHP classes, the refresher courses. We do machine gun rentals, and we have events here. So speaking of events, we do our largest one September 13th and 14th, which is what I have been really, really busy doing. So I have not really been given, any sort of bill updates and so forth, because one, it does get really tedious giving small updates when, things will unfold really quickly and then there will be a new update like a week later. So I've kind of waited for things to unfold with the big, beautiful bill, which I'll give an update on in this video. And then, the event is September 13th and 14th. So our largest event of the year, we have about 35 industry companies coming out off-range, on-range, allowing you to demo products if it's a range vendor, and then also allowing you to interact with the off-range vendors. Plus, we're going to have one of the largest lineups of machine gun vendors and options than we have had in almost a decade. So we will have over 200 machine guns on the line, allowing you to test them out and rent them out. You do have to pay separately for that, but your admission ticket allows you to demo all of the semi-automatic industry company firearms on the main range, interact with the off-range vendors, and interact with just a ton of like-minded people in your community, engage in the shooting competition that I'm going to talk about probably in a later video and what that entails, go on museum tours, win tons of prizes. We have companies donating, and now over 100 prizes are available for you guys to win. So there's a lot going on that weekend, but a couple of announcements just right up front before I get into the NFA drama. Number one, the prices on Sunday tickets have gone down by $5 to incentivize people to attend on Sunday, because we typically have a lower attendance count on Sundays. And that's always to be expected every year. People come out on Saturdays, but we still want people to come out on Sunday because it is a 2-day event. So you will save on the premier ticket and the general ticket, being $20 or $70, and you can get a little discount advantage. The general ticket will just allow you to really come in, demo all of those firearms on the main range, and give you access to everything. The premier ticket really gives you access to everything, but also gives you tickets to enter into the Freedom Giveaway raffle, where attendees will have the option of selecting the organization that they want their price of the ticket to go to, and then also engage in the shooting competition, competing against like 4 other people. And if you win, you get to enter your name into the shooting competition only prize pool. So it'll be really, really fun. And then also the premier people also get a swag bag consisting of t-shirts, koozies, hats, and then you all have the option of adding on a museum tour. The VIP people get swag bags, they get 2 Full Auto magazine rentals, and then they also get access to the VIP after party Saturday night, which will be, I've been waiting to announce this, at the Garden of the Gods Resort. So it'll be really, really fun, and you will have the option of listening to keynote speakers and also entering to win those specific VIP prizes. Now, I don't want to say that the premier tickets and the general tickets are not great, because if you don't really care about the after party and you just want to come, celebrate your freedom, exercise your Second Amendment right, come on out for the 2-day event. It's going to be really fun across the 2 days. We're going to have food trucks out here. We're going to do live demos. We just got approval about 3 weeks ago from the fire department to allow us to light some stuff on fire. You're going to have to come and see what that means. But yes, there will be things that will create sparks and flames and smoke and all of that, and it'll be really fun. One thing that I haven't announced yet is the promotions on the event weekend. So as of about a week ago, we have decided to, yes, do it once again to comp your excise tax. So here in Colorado, they impose a 6.5% sales tax, and now it affects firearm suppressors and precursor parts. So anything that really affixes to a firearm and ammo. So for that weekend only, we will be comping excise tax on products by companies that are here attending physically. So we do have about 5 suppressor companies coming out, and we have roughly 5 to 6 firearm companies coming out on the main range. So if it's subject to that excise tax, we are eating it. We know that we might lose some money in the process, but we want to give you the advantage to have that ability to save money and get that promotion for the weekend of September 13th and 14th. Now, yesterday, the big, beautiful bill passed. in the House, 114 to 118, and then it was actually passed in the Senate. The amendments were passed yesterday, but the Senate was a tiebreaker by J.D. Vance. It was a 50 to 50 tie. All of the Democrats were in opposition of it, and then 3 Republicans voted in opposition of it. So it was 50 to 50, and J.D. Vance voted for the tiebreaker vote to proceed and move the bill forward on a yes vote. And then there was some amendments made, so luckily, what happened almost a week ago was everything was great. We got the language out to satisfy that, a suppressor could be sold as a firearm under a 4473, that the, tax stamp would have been taken out, the fee, essentially, and everything was fine. And then they included the Short Act. So now it was going to be applied to SBRs. And all it had to do was pass the Byrd Rule, which essentially say that it's going to be budget related and not policy related, and the parliamentarians said that it is policy related. So therefore, we're going to take out all of the NFA provisions of the big beautiful bill. So that was bad. Bad news. One person who wasn't voted on now just basically screwed up, what we had going for us after 91 years of this NFA tax stamp and registration requirements. So this was kind of a big deal, and luckily there was some people fighting for us, and they got amendments re-added to now help us out a little bit to say that the $0 fee is going to be taken out. However, the registration is still there. Yesterday it got voted through and it passed. So while it feels like a win somewhat, because we don't have to pay the $200 tax fee, the registration portion is still there, and it will not go into effect until January 1st of 2026. There are a lot of organizations that will be filing lawsuits. So that includes Gunners of America, Frack Action, B&T, Palmetto State Armory, Silencer Shop, the NRA, the ASA, FPC, Firearms Policy Coalition, and the Second Amendment Foundation. Now, back in 1937, there was actually a lawsuit when the original act went into effect in 1934, saying that this was unconstitutional because they can't have a registry, and again, it's against the Constitution to have a registry of firearms. And it essentially got overturned because they said, well, it's not a registration, it's just basically regulating the tax. If there's no tax now, then it's essentially a registration and a registry. So these companies and organizations have a really good case. Now, when that will be heard in the Supreme Court, who knows? So as of right now, we have a $0 fee, but we still have the registration requirement come January 1st. And I really hope that there is some headway in those lawsuits, and I hope that it has a positive outcome. Now, what does that mean for our event, for comping excise tax, and kind of moving forward with consumers' purchasing behavior? So as someone who has managed a store for many years and has seen politics play a huge role in how consumers purchase, I can guarantee you that if you wait till January 1st to purchase the suppressor that you want, it may not be in stock. Because a lot of gun stores will be allowing pre-orders or the ability to pay first up front and then submit the form so that you can avoid that $200 fee. For our September shoot, we will definitely be allowing that. So you can pre-order, you can pre-purchase, and then yes, you do have to wait until January 1st, unless something happens that creates that, that start date a little bit earlier. Then yes, you will be waiting to submit that form and get that $200 fee exempted. And then also another option, if you don't want to wait until January 1st, but you still want to be tax exempt, we actually offer a ton of free tax stamps every month. And there's different promos. We'll have different promos during our September event. And currently there are free tax stamps on Silencer Co. Skies, Veloses, Radical Defenses, SAS suppressors, Q Jumbo Shrimp, Trash Panda, Thunder Chicken, now with the muzzle brake included, Otter Creek, Infinity, Energetic Armament, Vox S762, their Peak 30, and then a bunch of suppressors by B&T, their Print XH, their Print X, their Print X Ranger, their SRBSs 556 and 762. Those change monthly. So if you don't want to wait until January, take advantage of those free tax stamp promos. So we will be doing pre-orders and allowing customers to purchase, and then we will hold on to it to submit that paperwork so that you get that exemption. So come September 13th and 14th, not only will you be getting that tax, that $200 tax exempted, but you will also be saving on the excise tax. So it's really a win-win money-wise. The wait time, not so much, but I wouldn't wait until January 1st because they may not be available for many, many months, and we don't really know how it really will affect supply come that time. So it's really interesting time period that we're living in, and we're just going to see what happens moving forward. So I will be placing a link in this video and in the description to purchase those tickets if you'd like. We definitely want you to come out. We want you to have a good time. And honestly, this event is a lot of work to organize, so we may not organize it to this extent next year or the following years. We're just kind of seeing how it goes for this year, and then just, based off of, how SB3 will affect things moving forward, our event might look a little bit different next year. So definitely come out to this one. It's going to be one of the best that we've put on, and you're going to have a lot of fun. Last year we didn't really have as many shuttle buses shuttling people. This year we're definitely going to have those. So all of the things that you may not have liked about last year, we listened to you, we took your input, and we will be applying those changes this year. So definitely come out. And what else? So a lot of people have been coming into the store asking if permit to purchase bill is going into effect August of 2026, and what I've heard and all this stuff. Yeah, it is still kind of going into effect. It became law. It was signed by the governor, and there has been no injunction granted. And actually they're saying that the lower court judges are not allowed to grant those injunctions anymore as much, and it really has to happen on the higher courts. So I have not heard anything about that. So as far as not allowing it to go into effect. So as of right now, it is going to effect. There are some lawsuits being filed, but I have not seen much movement on those. So as of right now, that's kind of what's going on with SB3. SB-003, Governor Polis's permit to purchase bill, requiring you to go and get permission from your sheriff's department to take a class, 12-hour class, couple of other ways you can do that, and then be allowed to purchase one of the scary guns behind me. So not the best of gun laws going on in Colorado. I get it. And that's really why I got involved and started making these videos, to just make the general public aware of what's going on. But coming to the event September 13th and 14th, and it's going to be a really great time. We are allowing people who use the range purchase a firearm, buy a t-shirt online to enter in to win free tickets. So we are picking those names, we are calling you, and we are going to be doing that all summer long. So come on in, maybe you win a free ticket, but you can also just go and purchase one at frontrange-freedom-shoot.com, or just go to dragonmans.com and click the Freedom Shoot link. I'll put all those links in this video in the description, and I have many more companies to promote that will be attending. Pay attention to that over the next couple of months, and we'll see you September 13th and 14th. Thanks for watching.